Putin Bad News.Pro-Ukraine forces attack a Russian town, setting buildings on fire in the process. It has been reported that pro-Ukraine volunteer fighters used Soviet-era Grad rocket systems to shell the border town of Shebekino, setting fire to multiple buildings in the process. The town is located in the Belgorod region of Russia, and its governor, Vyacheslav Gladkov, reported that the attacks had damaged the local administration building and injured a local. Some social media users claim to have seen footage of a town on fire. Russian volunteer fighters, the Freedom of Russia Legion, threatened a new cross-border assault earlier on Thursday. A masked soldier claiming to be part of the unit posted a video to Telegram in which he said, "We will soon move back into Russian territory to bring freedom, peace, and tranquility." Dmitry Peskov, a spokesman for the Kremlin, said that the Russian Ministry of Defense, border guards, emergency services, and local authorities were keeping President Vladimir Putin fully apprised of developments in the region. Allegedly, Russia thwarts an attack on its border. According to Moscow, pro-Ukraine volunteer fighters attempted to invade the Belgorod region in the country's southwestern corner. At about 3 a.m., 0000 GMT, Ukrainian units comprising up to 2 motorized infantry companies, reinforced with tanks, attempted to invade, the Russian Defense Ministry claimed. According to the report, Russian aircraft and artillery were used to ward off the attacks and stop Ukrainian troops from entering Russian territory. The Belgorod area has come under increased fire in recent days, following an unprecedented 2-day armed incursion last week. Attempted attacks on Russian civilians were blamed on what Moscow called terrorist formations in Ukraine. Ukraine claims Russian separatists acting on their own are responsible for the attacks in Belgorod. Ukraine claims Russia has once again blocked a deal to export grain through the Black Sea. According to Ukraine's Ministry of Construction and Infrastructure, Russia has blocked ship registration to all Ukrainian ports, halting the UN-brokered Black Sea grain export deal. The Joint Coordination Center in Istanbul has announced that it is impossible to draw up an inspection plan for June 1 due to another unjustified refusal of the Russian delegation to register the incoming fleet for participation in the initiative, the ministry wrote on Facebook. Russia has been silent on the status of a wartime initiative to ensure the security of grain shipments through the Black Sea. Zelensky proposes removing tariffs from Ukrainian farm goods. During talks with European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen on Thursday, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky reportedly demanded the unconditional removal of all export restrictions on Ukrainian agricultural products. Security guarantees for Ukraine while it is outside the NATO military alliance were also discussed, he said, during talks with von der Leyen, the head of the European Union executive, in Moldova. Ukraine is expecting a clear decision from the NATO summit in July. In a recent interview, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky expressed his desire for a clear decision on his country's membership in the NATO military alliance at the upcoming July summit in Vilnius. Ukraine applied to join the EU last year after Russia launched its full-scale invasion, and he expressed interest in making progress toward that goal at a summit of over 40 European leaders in Moldova. Decisions must be made this year. According to Zelensky, a clear invitation to Ukraine's members is necessary at the NATO summit this summer in Vilnius, as are security guarantees on the path to NATO membership. A definitive, affirmative decision on our accession to the EU is required this autumn. To help the world implement the peace formula together, we are also organizing a peace summit, he added. In order to solidify its belief that peace is the only way to end the war with Russia, Ukraine has proposed a peace summit for this summer. The location of the event has not been announced.